What's up, YouTube? Blaze here, and I'm back with another reaction video. Okay, so for today's video, I'm gonna be reacting to a scam baiter I've followed for a while called Nanobaiter. I haven't seen his content before, but I am subscribed to him. I believe he's actually a scam baiter out of India or somewhere like that. And from what I understand for this video, he actually hacked into a scammer's webcam and they started panicking and crashing out because they were caught and exposed. So here we go. If you guys are ready, I know I am. Let's go!
This scammer thinks she's about to steal $10,000, but as soon as I opened up her webcam, she began to panic like we've never seen before.
This is cute. Just off me your phone. I don't need your money. I don't need your help. Just go.
However, before we get into any of this, first we want to show you why we are going after these scammers and explain exactly why we are doing it for the victims, just like this old lady, Bessie.
We don't have a credit card with Amazon.
I'm not saying Amazon credit card. There are credit cards that are used to place this order.
It basically starts with this fake pop-up on the victims' computers, where the scammers claim to be from Apple or Microsoft. The message...
Oh. Yeah. So in other words, classic fake pop-up tech support scam. Yeah, I'm way too familiar with this.
instructs the victim, or in this case Bessie, to call a phone number she sees on screen.
Yes, ma'am. I work for Apple. You have contacted the Apple support only.
But the thing is, Bessie didn't just call into the real Microsoft, but rather a group of scammers in India who are going to try to scam her out of all of her money.
Not $10 each, 500 each. I will tell you, ma'am, first buy it.
Of course, whenever we see someone getting scammed, we like to step in and stop them from losing any money.
Hello.
Who's calling?
Hi, my name is... I just want to call you to tell you, like, the person you were speaking with is not from Amazon.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, they're trying to scam you, ma'am. They're trying to take your money. So I wanted
That's
to call
what I
you
thought.
to tell you. Right, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, dear.
No problem. I just want to tell you because if you don't mind me asking, how did you get the phone number?
It came right up on a message telling me that somebody stealing my identity.
Right. If you ever receive a message like that one, it's always fake. Any companies like Amazon, PayPal will never tell you to call them. It's always a scam. Okay, ma'am?
Oh, well, thank you, dear.
Oh, no problem. And if they try to...
Of course, it's usually elderly victims. Then again, in a way, that woman's intuition was pretty spot on. In a way, that woman's intuition was pretty smart on. Also, I really appreciate how this guy... I actually called the victim to give him the heads up before they started messing with them. Before they started messing with the scammers.
Okay.
Don't answer any of their calls, okay?
I won't, hon. Thank
Okay.
you.
No problem. Have a good
Yeah,
day.
yeah. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Now, thankfully we were able to save Bessie, but you might be thinking, who would ever fall for this scam? And how many people actually give up their money to these scammers? Well, most young people would just restart their computer and move on with their day. But there is one demographic who always falls for this scam, and
it's, of course, always the elderly.
that's elderly people. So a lot of scammers use remote access software like TeamViewer or Zoho Assist. And I'm able to take advantage of this by reversing the remote connection to the scammer's computer and gaining
just
access
like
to their
Progi and the
webcams
crew from
or even
Scammer
CCTV
Payback.
security cameras. But first, we
CCT.
typically need to identify the target and its vulnerabilities to see if we can even get into the system. This usually involves us tricking, or rather social engineering our way inside the target's computer. Now, when the scammer thinks he is connecting to me, I am secretly reversing the remote connection to the scammer's computer and quietly deploying malware on their device. This is going to help us later when we want to destroy their entire operation. So I gained access to this group in India running the pop-up scam. Since I have access to their computers, I can now scan all the devices and spread my access from one machine to another, and even get—
Yeah, because I've seen this before. Or not just with Progi and crew, but I've also seen this with, there is this other YouTube channel that I've been following, and that's been giving the heads up on PC ports for some of the older Call of Duty games. I had to end up checking that out after this one.
access to their internal laptop webcams. So now I can get a really clear visual of what's going on. But hacking one scammer wasn't enough, so we repeated this attack a couple more times and infiltrated a few other scammers in the same group. Of course, I wanted to identify the main culprits at the top of the chain because we just infiltrated the lower level employees, who basically just take the calls, but that's when I noticed one of the scammers in this group had an open webcam, and we're going to blur her face and change her name for the sake of protecting her identity. Let's call her Divya, and you will find out why we are doing.
Yeah, it makes sense that it's like all the low-level employees and they had to work their way up to the top.
This in just a second. Now, after keeping some tabs on Divya for a few weeks, I noticed something completely different about her compared to the other scammers I've investigated in the past. I can tell she was not only new to scamming, and for the most part looked uncomfortable while doing it, but with most scammers, I can usually immediately tell if they're terrible people.
I won't get it!
Now, I'm sure most
Classic Kid Boga meme.
of you watching would be incredibly hesitant in this situation, but this is one of the only moments in my 5 years experiencing a scammer breakdown like we're about to show you. Now, of course, at the time, I was still piecing her story together, and even if I thought she didn't want to be doing this, she was still making calls to elderly people.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly, ma'am. I will be forwarding 2 emails. One to your Amazon account to make sure that there is no suspicious activity on your Amazon account, and another email I will be forwarding to your bank, okay?
However, after a few minutes of watching her, we noticed her behavior started to shift, as if she didn't actually want to be there. Her actions shifted so much to the point where she broke down, begging for help out of nowhere.
You even have a single idea what I have gone through. I was 2 years old when I lost my family. I have everything. You asshole, you destroyed everything that I had.
Okay, I can't tell if this is legitimate or fake, but from the way she makes it sound, it's almost like how most trafficking victims end up whenever they're forced into pig butchering scams. I'm not too certain of that, but who knows?
Don't need anyone else. Just leave me alone. Just let me die. Just let me die in peace. Hope to live. And you asshole, you ruined that as well. Just just off. Just leave me alone and please let me die. I don't need your phone. I don't need your money. I don't need your help. Just off.
At this moment, I didn't know how to react because I've never had a scammer switch up for no real reason. Usually they don't react, I access their camera and then shut them down. But this just felt incredibly wrong. However, knowing morally I needed to step in, I installed an application on her computer called SafeMe, which is secure and encrypted. and we managed to get her on the phone with our victim specialist, Lacey Evans. She has stopped hundreds of millions of dollars from being stolen, and I knew Lacey would be able to defuse the situation and maybe even save Divya.
What I want you to understand, my name is Lacey Evans. I'm an advocate
Okay.
for victims of scams. We want nothing from you, but we want you to understand that what you're doing, I understand you're in a situation where you need money.
Do you understand in India, if you are living in India and you are only high school pass because you cannot afford college education financially?
India's young are more educated than ever. Why are so many jobless? Unemployment rates 6.1, highest in 45 years. NSSO? What's going on over there?
There is no one who will give you the job. Do you know how cruel this world is? Just trying to survive.
I understand that. No, we are not judging you. Okay, I understand the situation that you're in. When I say I understand the situation you're in, I want you to understand something. Many people believe that everybody here is living a lavish life and wealthy, and that is not true. We are not what you think we are.
Yeah, only a handful of people are living lavish lives. People are just trying to get by. And then there's all the whole problems with homelessness here in America too.
Are here. You have learned to survive and not live, but we want to try to get you some help. Are you aware of the community that goes after these scammers?
No.
Okay.
I was just doing my job to help the people. That's all I was pretending, because if I don't think like that, I'm not even able to work a single day. I had to lie myself that I'm helping people, Those people I worked for them for so long and they didn't even pay my salary. They took my money.
Right.
I'm working night shift here. I've done when they are not even paying me. Definitely help you to catch them, and just I want to see each and every one of them in jail.
When you get a chance, email me and see what we can help you with.
Okay, that will be really.
Yeah, I will keep in touch with you through email. Until then, please don't do anything to hurt yourself.
Now, of course, Divya has clearly been through some crazy stuff, and most people would usually think that people act like this because they got caught. But I wanted to genuinely give her a second chance.
Yeah, generally, when most criminals like this get caught, they generally act like this. But if her story is legit, it's gotta be rough.
Because she fully needed the help. And I'm aware that desperate times sometimes means desperate actions. So I thought maybe if she could get a job in the offices where the actual bosses are working out of, she would be able to plant a file on one of the computers in the office. The file would run quietly in the background of the computer and give us total access and allow us to see what they're doing. This way, we can not only collect customer information more quickly and save victims, but also identify the bosses who are treating her badly and scamming innocent people. But the only way this entire plan would work was if Divya was comfortable with helping us infiltrate the scam call center. And we had to think of the cleanest way to install this file. A flash drive would draw too much attention, and so we needed to provide Divya a link where she could simply download the file. She could then find an opportunity when an agent was away, sit at his computer, click the link, run the file, and get the heck out of there before she got caught. It was a risky plan, but Divya could maybe pull it off. So we just left it up to her for when she felt comfortable. We left Divya alone for a few days while we worked on other projects, and when we came back, we noticed a new connection came through, meaning she had infiltrated the operation. So for several hours, we just watched to figure out how the operation worked. Calls would come in, and scammers would attempt to remote into the victim's computer and try to scam them. But luckily, most people got suspicious and hung up right after the scammers would take remote access. And these...
Yeah. Honestly, the best thing you can do is hang up the phone, remove the software, shut down the computer, and as an extra step, bring it to someone who works on repairing computers and make sure it's all clean, because you don't know what they leave behind when it comes to this remote access, that software stuff, considering remote access software lets anyone take control of your computer, and they can play anything from malware to viruses. Pretty much anything. Being it they got the know-how or the resources to do so.
Scammers happen to be using TeamViewer, which is interesting because we have noticed a steady decline in scammers using another remote access software by the name of AnyDesk. I've had the chance to work with
Hi, Hikari. Nice of you to stop by.
AnyDesk really closely over the past few years, and one thing that really stands out is that they genuinely care. They're extremely passionate about helping and protecting innocent people, and obviously doing things the right way. And
I'm basically reacting to a scam baiter video on YouTube. Some of my reaction content consists of gaming content, reacting to other YouTubers playing games, scam baiter, or is going after scammers. Thanks, I greatly appreciate that.
I want to give a big shout out to AnyDesk for not only partnering with the scam baiting space, but also for sponsoring today's video. I really feel like they're proactive when it comes to fighting scams. Remote access software can sometimes be abused by bad actors and scammers, but AnyDesk doesn't just ignore that reality. They're actively working to detect, prevent, and even disrupt scam call center operations.
Over time,
we've actually seen a noticeable decline in scammers relying on AnyDesk, and that's because they know the company is serious about stopping abuse. Scammers don't like being exposed, they don't like losing access, and they definitely don't like missing out on their payday. On a side note, AnyDesk is also an amazing remote access tool. We actually use it all the time, whether it's connecting to each other's computers remotely, troubleshooting issues, or even transferring large video files.
One of the reasons why I'm reacting to this guy is because he does something similar.
Secure and reliable. So if you're in the IT space or just looking for remote access, I highly recommend checking them out. Anyways, big thanks again to AnyDesk for sponsoring today's video. And now let's go destroy the boss.
Yeah, and plus, I remember how AnyDesk has basically sponsored the Second People's Call Center over in London, in which consisted of... Oh, that's the one codenamed Knight. He's the hacker of the crew.
Of Divya's operation. So we were now in their systems, and finally we could call the scammers and mess with the agents using the computers, but we pretty quickly found out that the bosses of this operation never came into the physical office. In the 5 weeks of us spying on them, they never showed up physically, but that was when one day we noticed a new computer on the network by the name of Administrator. We spread our access to this newly found machine, and we could see the computer screen, and it was immediately apparent that this really was the boss's computer. We had access to all of his files. We found call lists, his ID card, recordings of all of their scams. At the end of the day, the boss left the office, but they are the ones making all the money and really hurting innocent people.
Yeah. Almost sounds like something similar is going on in certain parts of India, like what's going on culturally in Nigeria. Basically, young people in Nigeria basically want the lavish lifestyle, but they don't work hard to get it. And they basically dip into the world of cybercrime because that can make the most money for them.
So we knew we had to expose them. So when they went back home, we traced the coordinates back to their house and decided to give them a phone call live on camera. Hello? Is this Jordan Warner?
Yeah, for sure.
This is Jordan Warner, right?
Yeah, this is Jordan Warner.
So Jordan, it wasn't that got your whole company compromised. It was you, actually. I know you own the company. I know you're running the scams.
How?
I'm gonna expose you on my channel. Yeah. Let's talk.
Okay, so
all right.
Okay, so you're going to expose that we are running a scam, right?
Yes, exactly. Do you have anything to say about my allegations?
Yes. Tell me and define that how you think that we are running a scam. Tell me this.
Okay, so here we go. So, Exhibit A. When you guys connect to my computers, you guys tried to run a scam on me. A typical tech support scam. You run the script. It's constant. You guys run the same script over and over again that there's problems with the computer and you're misdiagnosing the machine. That's a scam.
Diagnosing a machine is a scam.
Misdiagnosing the machine. So what does that mean? Can you explain the errors and warnings for me, or the stop services?
We have not stopped any services in the machine, and we never diagnose. We have our own customer that call. Do you know the name of the company?
Well, I know you guys have multiple aliases like Alphamart, Intech Assist. I know you have all these all these aliases, right? And I am dealing with multiple. I don't know if you saw my YouTube channel and stuff, but I'm dealing with multiple tech support companies that run this exact scam. You guys run Google Ads, right? So you have a Google AdSense account.
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
What's the name of my YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is NanoBaither, and I'm making a YouTube video right now covering this. And Bob Wilson, all these like Dave Hardy, all these people, all the people in your Slack channel, right? I know everything about what you guys are doing. I know the police in all of your guys' districts, which I'm contacting them as we speak, and I'm gonna expose your entire operation on my YouTube channel.
Okay, do whatever you like. Do whatever you like. I repeat.
Oh, do whatever I like. But my one question for you is, why are you scamming people every day?
Oh man, idiot thinks he's bluffing when he isn't.
How do you feel that you're scamming people?
So customers are calling us for any
victims. Reuse that word for me, please. It's a victim. Reuse the word for me. It's a victim, not a customer. A victim of your scam.
Why you're saying victim? Why they're calling them? Why
they're calling? Okay, so 99.99% of your calls are refund scams, right? So you don't take those calls.
You don't know anything. You don't know anything.
That's not surprising.
Scam. Hold on.
No. Let me speak. You're not doing. No, sir. Sir, let me repeat. You're not running the refund.
Oh, and there is another major scam baiter, or British guy by the name of Jim Browning. He's practically the godfather of scam baiting.
Let me repeat. You're not running that scam. You're running a classic tech support scam. So you're impersonating McAfee, Norton, and you're not.
Yeah. Should have figured McAfee and Norton, because I've been hearing stories on how bad those viruses, those companies are.
Doing the whole refund scam, but 99% of your calls are about that. And then most of your agents take the calls from people that are actual customers of Norton. And then those people get scammed by you guys because you...
Yeah, in all fairness, I think Norton Antivirus is one of the worst antivirus programs you can have.
Overcharge them for Norton. Instead of just helping them set up their Norton, you tell them that there's hackers and foreign people on their account, and that's why you need to overcharge them. I can pull up the support plans right now. Let's have a go. Let's pull up the support plans right now. Let's do it right now. So I was watching multiple of your agents doing the scams. You charged this person, Bob Wilson, on October 3rd. Bob Wilson charged someone $149 for 1 year Norton support. Explain that to me.
$150.
When did you say?
October 3rd on your, the spreadsheet I'm looking at right now. It's called Call Logs Responses. I'm looking at the spreadsheet. It says October 3rd, 2025, Bob Wilson, and the campaign was Norton. And the customer primary issue was got a charge from Norton. She canceled the charges from Brink, and then you guys charged her $150 for Norton. Why did you guys do that? Explain that to me.
$150?
Yeah, explain that. Why did you charge her that money? You scammed her.
We provide a key to the customer also.
Yeah, you do the whole customer key. This is what all of the scam bosses try to get away with. They're like, okay, we're lying to you, we're misdiagnosing you, we're overcharging you, but then we're helping you with your problem. We're helping you fix your Norton. It doesn't help the fact that you're overcharging for support and you're lying to people. It's fraudulent. I don't think the police are going to be very happy when I tell them about what you...
Yeah, especially considering how a lot of these guys got connections to local PD precincts and districts over there. One of the major was at least over 20 people.
You guys are doing?
First of all, we are not doing any scams.
Yes, you are.
It is true, since you're recording this conversation, it is true that yes, we overcharge the customer for the services that we provide.
So how is that
Okay.
not the scam? Unless you have anything else to say. Like, if you're just going to keep on saying I'm not a scammer like all the other scammers,
Yeah, which
there's
is
nothing else I can
typical.
say to you.
Why don't you expose yourself then?
Why do I expose myself?
If you're true patriot, why don't you do yourself? Who are you?
If I'm a true patriot.
That is why.
Then again, scammers like these are bad with their English. I kind of figured their insults would just be just as bad.
I'm saying, why don't you expose yourself? If you have the evidence, please go ahead and do that. And if you have a little
Perfect. We'll
courage,
follow through with. We'll
if you have a
follow through
little
with the
courage,
sir. We'll
please
follow.
expose yourself
Sir.
as well. You get into someone's computer. You took the webcam.
Bro
you
got
make
rage
the
bait him
videos,
now.
We will chase you. Okay, we will chase
That is
Oh, yeah?
hilarious.
Yes, we will.
Okay, go ahead and try, buddy. Go ahead and
you
try,
go ahead,
buddy. Go
you
ahead
go
and
ahead
try.
and do whatever you want, and I will also chase you if you can expose
What is
yourself.
bro
Can you
saying?
expose yourself?
Perfect. Now I'll
Can you
expose you, buddy. That's my plan. I'm exposing you. I'm exposing you. You
Do
hear
that.
the words coming
I
out of
will
my mouth. I'm
expose you
exposing
as well. How dare you get into someone's computer? How dare you?
He's
Yeah.
locked in. We got him pissed. He's like, I will go after you.
He sounded like he was trying to act like those Mexican cartel guys that sent arrows after somebody to silence somebody. Okay, after checking in on Santosh's call center, we found they'd gone offline ever since our call. Probably because of the fact that they got found out. What the? Well, that does it for today's video. Oh, what'd you guys think? Was that a treat or what? Plus, it was hilarious. Anyways, that does it for me. If you liked today's video, please leave a like, drop a comment down below. Also, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get notified on when I post new videos or when I go live. You can catch me on social media. I'll leave all my links along with the original video in the description below. Until next time, see you guys later.